Hey there, kids! Welcome to the Chada Mecha live stream. I'm your host, Tim, the one and only Chada Mecha. It is Thursday. Now, usually it's Wu-Tang Wednesday, but the shirt wasn't clean. I finished up a little laundry last night before I went to bed. So it's Wu-Tang Thursday. So there we go. Day late, dollar short. What are you going to do? Man, last night, if you missed it, you missed a fun one. It was a grand old time had by all, I think, right? Just a little bit of that. It was really a lot of fun. I had a good time. I needed that, I'll be honest with you. I was crispy. I was burnt. So that was a really good change of pace, for what I was doing for the previous, many hours. So I really enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. But if you missed it, definitely check it out. We had a really good time. Everybody was kind of off the wall and everything, having fun. So it was good. It was good. It's always good to have one of those every now and then. Always good to have one of those. So the store's getting real close. Just have maybe a handful of things to put up in there, and then just some tidying up and all of that. So either today or tomorrow it'll launch. If you have not yet signed up for notifications, which at this point I don't know what's wrong with you if you haven't, you should definitely go do that. You're going to get a nice discount code in your email when the store does launch, and it'll be off your first purchase. So it'll be really good. So go in and check it out. Aside from that, make sure, when you are out and about, or if you're perusing the interwebs, just, make sure you go pick up some... Ha! You didn't see that coming, did you? Haha, sneaky. Anyway, we're going to get to work pretty quickly here today. Let's just quickly get... say hi in the chat and everything. I know fucking Kelvin. It's not in the universal chat, but on the YouTube side of things, Kelvin, I don't know when he commented, but he commented way earlier, and he's just like, I'm not on the stream, I'm out and about. I just wanted to get a hey there in before Bill did. He says, smile, Bill, smile. And he says, oh, and hello, Tim and the Gundam soldiers. He says, I'm number one. That's perfect. It's a perfect way to start off a stream. That's perfect. Oh, fuck's sakes. And then Bill comes in. He says, howdy, y'all. Just seemed funny. Blaze is with us. Hey, made it for another stream. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. Bill says, and it's Mecha Army, not Gundam soldiers. Jeez. Todd's with us. He says, hola. Let's see. Bill says, Tim, my friend who lost his brother this week, was at the movies last night, and cops came in with ARs drawn and told everyone to leave. Holy shit. Happened at 11:30 last night. No idea why they were called. Oh my God. Fuck, talk about excessive force. Holy shit, man. That's wild. That's freaking wild. And Todd says, oh my God, Bill, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, for real, right? I mean, just get everybody get the fuck out. What's up with that? Trying to enjoy a movie. Crazy. Scale Ashtrays with us. They say hello. Howdy. Good to see you. Thank you for watching. All right. Good deal. So, kids, now that, since nobody's, saying plot plate and stuff and making me, beat them with a plastic strip, we're going to get right into it. We're going to get to work. Because we didn't do hardly shit last night because we were just having fun. But with that being said, let's go super zoom. Just kick it straight off the bat and let's get to it, yeah? All right, so right there is our block. There is our piece that we have been working on. And as you can see, we've built up the plastic substantially on this piece here. where's my little pointer? There it is. So basically we've got a 0.5 millimeter strip or plate. That's way bigger than a strip. We got a 0.5 millimeter plate here. This is 10 millimeters wide, and that all goes all the way up, and it straps around the top here. And then we've got a 1 millimeter strip underneath of that runs the full length. That also straps around the top, and then on top of that, we've got smaller 1 millimeter strips here that wrap around the sides. So altogether, I mean, this is what, 2.5 mil up from the main surface. So that is looking nice and chunky, right? The chunky bits, as I like to say, and that's exactly what I wanted. And we're gonna build out stuff here as well, but this is kind of the start to the main focus as of right this second. So, but this is all looking really, really good, and I'm digging where this is, the direction that this is heading. Right now, originally, I had planned on maybe putting, one of these apex parts in here, just kind of like that, right? To kind of, offset things, right? But like, now I'm looking at it and it's like, I don't know if I don't know if I want to do this or not. I'm kind of like 50-50 on it, if I'm being honest. And I may have to kind of explore, explore some options and things like that, because I'm not 100% sold on this particular look thus far. Now that I'm thinking about it, okay. What if all right, so brainstorming time, kids, brainstorming time. Let's do some drawing here. So camera, yes, good. All right, so get this 1 millimeter box drawn back in here, right? All right, just like that, right? Now, actually, what I'm thinking now is let's maybe a 2 millimeter strip down yonder here. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that we put a 1 millimeter border strip around this plate, around this, 0.5 millimeter thick plate, first and foremost. And then what we can do is we can kind of get a little crazy, right? We can get a little crazy. Maybe do some doodads and stuff like that. See, I wish I had my cavalcade of inspiration here. No, this is all BS. That's not helpful at all. Let's see. Where's the Remix Zaku? I want to look at that. I want to look at that bad boy. I want to look at it. All right. Hang on, kids. Let me pull this out. Hang on. One moment. Because I'm referring back to this build because I don't know. I look back at this build and I'm kind of just impressed with what I did, you know? And that's not necessarily to fluff myself up or anything like that. I'm just legitimately like, man, what was I thinking, you know, in terms of, you know, putting these things together and all that, right? Just kind of crazy stuff I kind of came up with. So I'm kind of looking at these things, you know, for inspiration here, right? See, those are all nice, very nice pieces right here. These are all really freaking good. Damn. Okay. Wow. Yeah, like I don't know what kind of like crazy mechanical inspiration, you know, was in my veins at the time that I was making this, but man, I was definitely on a different level than I'm at right now. And that's what I'm trying to get back to. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get back to. But we're just not there yet. Just not yet. We'll get there. Just not yet. Jeez. Okay. Starting to get some ideas. Starting to get some ideas here. Alright. Alright. We're going to leave this guy out for inspiration. We're going to leave that out for inspiration. Alright. Let's get back to this, shall we? Let's see, real quick. Let's see. Scale Ashtray says, should I panel line my master grade Barbatos? Absolutely, why not? Hell yeah. Swanky's with us. He says, hello everyone. What's going on, buddy? Gio is here as well. He says, good morning everyone. I have a couple of questions and I will let him work. Okie dokie. He says, this is something that was more noticeable with the master grade Death Sight. He says, I noticed that the white paint was getting dirty. I let the Mr. Color matte top coat cure before touching it. Interesting. How was it getting... Oh, here we go. He says, some of the dirt marks come out by wiping it. Some remain. It looks like weathering. Gio, did you thoroughly clean your airbrush before you sprayed the white? Because that is massively important, especially when spraying white. Because any remnants, any little bits of crud or anything like that that could come off and mix into that white will come off and mix into that white. It's just serendipity. So that right there would be the first thing that I would wonder. Because yeah, like I said, I've had that done before. I've done that before, and I've kicked myself in the ass, and I've had to strip, you know, several pieces because of it. But yeah, before you spray white, full strip down your airbrush, completely clean it, everything, full strip down. He says, yeah, but it happens when I'm putting the kit back together after top coating. Are you using gloves? Because I mean, that could be like body oil or something like that coming off of your fingers. Whenever I do final assembly, I usually wear like nitrile gloves. Like these these guys here, you know, this type of thing. I usually wear one of those. So that would be kind of the other thing that I would say. Edwin's with us, Mr. RSA. What's going on, Edwin? Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, Gio, that, like I said, full strip down of your airbrush before painting white, and gloves. Aside from that, it's hard to say. I would say, obviously make sure your work surface is clean. There's no contaminants or anything like that on any work surfaces where those white pieces are touching. It could be a bunch of different things. Like I said, the trick with white pieces, man, it's just, you gotta treat them with like those white gloves that museum people, use and everything. It's crazy. Bill says, what white paint and what top coat are you using? Gotcha. Yeah, that's a good question too. Edwin says, about to get some sleep, almost midnight, so I'll probably going quiet. It's all good, Edwin. Trust me, I know how you feel, buddy. I know how you feel. Gio says, no gloves. I stopped using gloves because the ribs of the gloves showed up as marks after final assembly. Huh. The ribs of the gloves? You sure you were using gloves? Gio's got some thick fingers there, right? They're ribbed. Heyo. That's fucking crass. Sorry. Shit, dude. Yeah, I don't know. It could be almost damn near anything at that point. Cleanliness when it comes to the white parts is just paramount at that point. Yeah. Daryl's over there. Mr. Cycross. Wu-Tang is for the children. You damn right. It was supposed to be Wu-Tang Wednesday, but the shirt wasn't dry yet, so it's Wu-Tang Thursday. Scale Ashtray says it's 2:26 a.m. For me. Damn, dude. 2:26. So that would put you what? Asia. Yeah? Probably. Yeah. Whereabouts at? Whereabouts, Scale Ashtray? I'm always curious. Yeah, Gio, like I said, you gotta treat the white parts real careful. Oh, Australia, shit, okay. Oh yeah, so Edwin, it's almost midnight, so Edwin must be on the east coast of Australia. You're probably over there on... No, Edwin's probably west coast of Australia. You're probably east coast, eastern-ish, then I would say, right? I'm guessing. I don't know. Probably. So, all right, good deal. NA Australia. Okay, I gotcha. NA North. What? NA. Edwin's from... Oh, Edwin, I thought you were from Australia, dude. Edwin's from Indonesia. I fucking didn't realize that. Edwin, for some reason, I thought you were from Australia. My bad, dude. My bad. Oh, boy. I thought Edwin was Australian. My fault. Anywho. Oh, shit. Look at this dude. Mr. Persistent Turtle. What's going on, bud? He says, midday live. What's up? What's going on, man? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Gio says, my second question. I used MCW enamel for the small details. You use AK mineral spirits to remove it. I hand brush the small details. Okay? I'm sure there's more to that because that's just a statement. So we'll give Gio a second. Give you a second here, Gio. You type in your question and everything. We'll get to it here in a moment. But while you're doing that, I'm going to continue to kind of do my thing here. All right. So what I'm thinking with this deal, this could be a really nice spot for high detail. Look little intricate parts and things like that is what I'm kind of thinking. But because it's you know it's out of the way. You know what I mean? Let's see. Man, oh man. What I'm thinking is I want to use some half rounds in here, right? But I'm not exactly sure how to go about doing that with this. Okay. Okay. Inspiration. All right, so here. Okay, so instead of having a border thing there, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna build up some 2mm blocks. It'll be, you know, they'll be like 4 or 5mm in length, something like that, like at the bottom, right? And then what we'll do is we will lay down some of the thin half round that I wanted to do across the deal here, right? And I think that'll look really, really quite nice. In fact, hang on 1 second here. Yes. Yep, right here. Perfect. This is good. All right. All right. So, this is Apex, again, Apex parts from USA Gundam Store. This is, what is it? DPH009, is that an H? Looks like an H. Yeah, H009. But you kind of have some kind of T-shaped parts on here, right? And that's kind of what I was thinking a little bit. Especially some of these guys down here, right? So what I'm thinking, instead of just having these long ass strips of whatever, we could break them up in the middle with some sort of T-shaped feature, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking these right here, these guys. I think that looks freaking cool. Let me see. Ruler. That's too much. Okay. That's too wide. Oh, darn. Could always have that hang over. All right, let me clip this out and see kind of what we're dealing with here, yeah? Let's real quick get caught up here with Geo here. Edwin says that was the plan, becoming an Aussie. That was before the 1998 economy crash. Oh, man. Gotcha. Yeah, for some reason I thought you were in Australia. That's my bad, dude. My bad. Bill says, Gio, I'm wondering if there is some sort of issue like an enamel white with an acrylic top coat where the top coat is not actually able to fully cure before you touch it, or maybe you're using a clear rather than an actual top coat. All good points. But Gio says, when I tried to clean the, excuse me, the excess enamel paint, at first I thought it was the AK staining the part, but it was the base blue paint being removed by the AK mineral spirit. Huh. Wait a minute. Geo, what? Hold on. Okay, so you're using the MCW enamel for small details. Okay, that's kind of where I was like, wait a minute, what? And then Bill says, gee, yeah, you have to gloss top coat before you apply the enamel. The enamels will eat the paints underneath it otherwise. Yeah. Gio says, do I need a second coat of gloss top coat before hand brushing, or use something else to remove the enamel paint? He says, I always do one coat of Mr. Color gloss before doing panel line, water slides, and detail painting. That's a good thing. He says, I used Mr. Color GX100 as my gloss top coat. He says, I thought the Mr. Color GX was lacquer base. I mean, technically, it's solvent based, which is, yeah, it's euphemistic. Because they're not really lacquers, they're basically acrylic lacquers, but at that point, you're splitting hairs in chemistry. It doesn't really matter. Bill says, are you using Mr. Color Gloss Clear or the actual Mr. Super Clear? He says, okay, that is just clear paint and not actual top coat. I thought wait a minute. I thought that was, hang on. See, I always thought, let me see. So I got this, right, that I inherited. This is, you know, obviously Mr. Color GX100. This is super clear. From what I've always understood, this is the same thing as in the Mr. Super Clear rattle cans. Is that not the case? Like, now mind you, I've never actually used this before. I've always used Mr. Super Clear out of the rattle cans. I decant them and then spray them myself, just because I've always really liked Mr. Super Clear out of the rattle can. Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, well, obviously, we'll get back to that. Yeah, we'll get back to that. All right, so back to this, yeah? So what I'm thinking is maybe one of these guys right here. That's kind of what I'm thinking, yeah. So let's go with that here real quick. Now, you gotta be really freaking careful with these parts, because I have tried to clip these out, and that's a bad situation. So what I've kind of taken to do is to saw these out. Let's see, is this the finer tooth? It is. Excellent. All right, so we're going to want that one instead of this coarse tooth blade. All right, should be able to just pop that off. There we go. All right, cool. So now we can clip these little kind of nubbies off of here before we finish the bottom of this piece here. There we go. All right, cool. So let's trim what we can here. Be careful while doing it. Ooh, yeah, these are super thin at some points, so it feels like they are going to bend. And that's kind of half the problem with some of these resin printed pieces, is that they are super thin at some points. So yeah, you got to be real careful with it. Switch from that to the God hand thing here. All right. That looks pretty good and smooth. I like it. All right, so now what I'm thinking is something like this. Ooh, yeah. See, I like that. I like that. That fits really good. I mean, look at this. This bloop, right up in there. Like, that couldn't be more perfect almost, right? So I'm almost wondering, now that I see this, I'm almost wondering, so we can wrap this around, maybe move this whole operation up. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so first things first, little shard of glue in there. All right, so that right up in there, I mean, look, that couldn't fit, that could not fit more perfectly in there, is what I'm saying. That is meant to be, I think. Meant to be. So, all right, real quick, let's get caught up with the trials and tribulations here. Yeah, Gio says that's what I have, Mr. Color GX 100 and 114. That's what I used as my top coats. Andrew's with us, Afternoon Mech Heads. What's going on, Andrew? Good to see you, buddy. Mr. Apex Nerd, he says, hey guys, what's going on, dude? How's the arm? Hope you're good. I know you got the cast off and you're splinted up and everything, but how's it feeling? Mr. Mikey Dawson, what up, everyone? Hey, there's Enrico. What's going on, dude? Enrico, you missed a good one last night. Same with you, Apex, dude. You guys need to go back and watch that one. We had some fucking fun last night, man. Yeah, it was a wild one. So definitely go check it out if you have a chance. Gio says, okay, then what's a good matte and gloss top coat for airbrush? Because I still have about 20 glass bottles of each. Mr. Color GX 100 and 114. He says specifically GX 1100 and 112 are designed to be very harsh but durable top coats and should be mixed 50-50 with Mr. Leveling Thinner only, designed to have a very light dusting first and then normal. Yeah, normal spray afterwards, per what I just read. Okay, cool. So basically so I guess 100, which is this, which is what I inherited, is Mr. Super Clear, right? And then I guess the 112 is as well, right? So yeah, so hopefully that's gets us in the right place, right? Yeah, and that's what I've always done with the top coat, is kind of light dusting and then finish off with a heavier coat at that point, a wet coat. Especially if you're doing gloss, it's one of those things. Andrew says, not the tribbles. What? I missed something. Hey, look, there's Plot Plate. They're with us again from last night. Hello all. Buenos Plot Plate. Nice. Apex Nerd, can't play the guitar anytime soon. Ah, shit. Sorry, buddy. That sucks. Well, the thing is it's healing. Look at it that way. And it'll take some time. Bill says, I think it is the G40 Gloss Clear is just clear and is designed for people to mix with pearls, mica powders, and not to be used as top coat. Number 40. Let me. I don't think I have any of that clear shit. Hey, I don't. Oh, hey, look at this. I got I got a gang of 114. Super. Yeah. See, I got a. Oh yeah. See, Gio, I got a gang of this too. Look at this. I got a ton of this stuff right here that obviously I inherited. And I'm sure that's what you're using as well. But see, okay, so look. It's always, when there are different colors, that means different things. And I'm not exactly sure what, right? But it's usually it always means something when they're different color labels. So I don't know. So this might be the culprit. Yeah. Yeah, Bill, thank you. Thank you for your assistance in all of this. Because, yeah, I mean, this one's baby blue, and this one is that, traditional cobalt blue of the other, Mr. Color line, right? So, and I'm sure it says on the packaging exactly what the hell it is, right? But I'm not going to sit here and try to, put it in ChatGPT to translate it or anything right now at this point. So, but, obviously you could do that. And none of this is all safety precautions and crap, this is pointless. All this stuff here, first aid information, yeah, call that, sure. But yeah, there's a definite difference. It's gotta be a definite difference because of the labels. That's what I'm thinking. So this stuff, good. This stuff, question mark, right? At least for now. At least for now. So, yeah. Andrew says there's always the drums, Apex. Jesus Christ. Bill says, my guess is Geo might be applying too heavy a coat at first. Maybe. Todd says, Tim, I didn't dream of plot plating last night. I had weird dreams of Freddy. Nice. Andrew says, you said trials and tribulations, and my mind jumped to the DS9 episode Trials and Tribulations. Oh, the Tribbles. Yeah. Like, wait a minute, what? Apex Nerd, no chance. Too heavy-handed. Todd says, that looks like the middle finger. Right? Hey, it does. Holy shit, it does. Oh, buddy. Yeah, it does. In that aspect, yeah, it does. Oh, geez. Boy, oh boy. Bill says, yeah, let me look up 114 versus 100. Thank you again, Bill. I appreciate you. Let's see. Edwin says, I'll ask my Mr. Hobby distributor about the difference. Oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you. I wish we had a Mr. Hobby distributor that I could talk to. That would be fucking dope, but they all go through... I think Mr. Color, all Mr. Hobby and everything go through Bandai US, which is just... Ugh. Plotplay says maybe one is lacquer and the other one is different. Could be. Light Blue series is an acrylic hybrid designed for safety and ease of use, while the Dark Blue series is a high-performance lacquer that provides superior durability and a... Woo! Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. And a smoother something. Just looked it up. And then Bill says 114 has a fluoro resin and is designed as a finish on moving parts to reduce friction. What? Geo says then do 2 light coats of GX100. 100 is what, the gloss, I think? Pretty sure. Yeah, that's the gloss. Yeah. Yeah. Either Geo, either do 2 light coats or just, kind of 1 heavy coat at that point. Either or, just, you want that protection, obviously. And that GX100 will definitely give it to you. But there needs to be enough there for it to, protect, obvious. Brian's with us. Afternoon, fellow platers of the plot. Jesus, getting right back into it. Enrico says, ooh, caught the Buenos Notches clip. There you go. Gio says that middle finger, you will never unsee it anymore. Yeah, for real, right? Good thing it's not going to be in that orientation there, right? And it's not going to be that color either. I think that's what kind of does it. Enrico says, I was deemed after work last night. Literally fell asleep. Oh, dead after work. Sorry. And literally fell asleep and skipped dinner. Been there, done that, dude. Trust me, I know how that feels. Yeah, I know how that feels. Gio says, I use Mr. Leveling Thinner for both. Good. Let's see. Todd says, bless you, Tim. Thank you. Appreciate you. Andrew says, Tim is allergic to plot plate. That's for sure. He says, then I need a different matte coat since GX114 is something different. It would seem that this... excuse me. What I'm thinking... All right. What... Real quick. Willis! Mr. Willis Jackson. Good day, all. Willis, what's going on, buddy? Willis, I just saw your message from, I think it was last week to just today. Sorry about that, dude. And then, obviously, I talked to Blaze earlier as well. So if any... This is basically just, future reference. If anyone tries to DM me on my Child of Mecha Facebook page, I don't get fucking notifications for DMs when I'm on my personal page, which I'm on my personal page 99% of the time. So I have to physically switch to my Child of Mecha page and then see notifications. Well, I'll go, you know, weeks sometimes before checking it sometimes. And yeah, I'll see notifications and I'm like, oh shit, now I feel bad. So yeah, just for future reference, for everybody. I know there, you know, Blaze and Willis, they both DM'd me on the Child of Mecha page. And I just saw it this morning, and I'm so sorry, you two. But I got back to both of you today as soon as I saw. Let's see. Brian says, I'll say fellow polystyreners. That sounds so bad. Bill says, Geo, it works as a top coat, just has an additive to reduce friction. Just make sure you put down a light dusting first before the regular spray so the heavy concentration of thinner doesn't reactivate the paint beneath. Yeah. Will says, I'm doing good, thank you. He says, did you see my custom? I did, yes. I liked it. It was looking pretty good. I think you're in the right direction. Hell yeah. It was good stuff. Oh, man. Now, real quick, one thing that I want to see here. Actually, you know what? Here, let me take a look at some. One second. Bloop. All right. So this is what is good about AI, is that you can take a picture of this and plop it into ChatGPT. Like, I have an ongoing Japanese to English translation with it, and it will translate really well, I might add, too. Fluorine additives provide a smoother finish. Okay. Okay, so GX100 is high gloss, GX112 is UV cut gloss, 113 is UV cut flat, 114 is ultra smooth, matte, or flat. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and just yeah. So here's let's go to camera 2. So here's the label translations here. Flat matte finish, durable paint film, fluorine additives provide a smoother finish, super smooth, clear. So yeah, I just took a picture of the front label, popped it in here, right there, boom, and it gave me all this. So good information. I wouldn't necessarily call this gospel, obviously, but still. The translation part is, in my experience, highly accurate. Very, very, very good. Yeah, very, very good. So, yeah, quick little thing. Gio says, okay, thanks, everybody. Gio, you're welcome, buddy. Will says, thank you. You're welcome, man. Bill says, my pleasure, Gio. He says, Brian says, I use AI to translate all the Japanese model kit magazines I have. Yeah, for real, right? Which is a good thing, which is a real, real good thing. I have translated the some of the breakdowns for the Titan, for the Hazel series of mobile suits, just to make sure that I have the right designation with the right insignia and all of that. So yeah, it comes in super handy when translating. Very, very useful. Very useful. I wish I had that back in the day. telling you. Let's see. Edwin says, getting my Z's. I'll rewatch the stream, the night stream, and this stream after I wake. See you next time. Edwin, take care, buddy. Go get some sleep, dude. Yeah, I got some good sleep last night. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Bill says I may have to use AI to translate my DOM mechanics manual. Oh, dude, do it. Yeah, just take a picture of it, pop it into ChatGPT, like the mobile version, and just tell it, hey, can you translate this from Japanese to English? And it works really well because it will give you both the literal translation and then the casual translation, which is both really nice to read. So it's good stuff. It's really good. Willis says, I've used the Google Translate to translate the colors for my models. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, like I said, AI is good for really good for certain things. It's good for translating. That's without a doubt. It's good for like pattern recognition in like Excel spreadsheets and things like that. It picks up things that a normal human probably would never notice. It's very, very good in that respect. So, yeah. AI has some good uses. AI has some good uses. All right. We need to get this thing applied, but first I need to clean the super glue off my tweezers here, just so I have a good grip on this part. There we go. All right. So let's get the middle finger over here. All right. And I'm not going to apply super glue direct to the piece. What I'll do is I'll put it on my little scrap palette here, and then I'll apply it with my little makeshift applicator now. Real quick, we need to clean off, well, I need to clean off this needle here. It's all gunked up. There we go. All right, good deal. All right, so back to it. All right. Very nice. And like I was saying before, some of these parts are super thin. That actually lended itself very nicely to applying to this part, because there's a little bit of a curve there. So that thinness, we were able to kind of bend it to that curve, right? So that worked really well in our favor. All right, good deal. Excellent. All right, so there we go. Upside down middle finger. Looking good. Looking good. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Bill says AI is even better at putting people out of a job. Whew. Yeah. He says, I have this horrible idea and I may do it. Do it. Just do it. Andrew says, that's another thing I need to get pinned so I quit wasting toothpicks applying super glue. Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Do it. Do it. Willis says, I remember before Google Translate, I used to look at the kanji very closely on my instructions, and then I would go through my paints to find the same symbols. Oh, buddy. Holy crap. Yeah, that's tedious, right? Jesus. See, I remember back in the day before Google Translate, before all that, you know, before AI and all of that stuff, we a bunch of us would sometimes pull money together to have an actual translator like go through some of these books and translate them. I only put in money for one, and it was like $20, and we never even got the translation. But I remember back in the day, a lot of people used to do that. Like they would have Gundam Sentinel, the book, back in the day, fully translated into English, and you know, they would pay some dude to translate it, and it was just, yeah, man. That's how life was back in the days. It was fucking Stone Age, buddy. Stone Age. Anywho, thankfully we don't got to deal with that much anymore, but still, I digress. All right. So, we're looking good here. This, I think, looks really, really nice. I like the look of this. Now, we're going to get... We're gonna get some plates. We're gonna get some plates stacked here. We're gonna start stacking plates. All right. What time is it? 1:06. Good deal. All right. Let's get a square edge first, right? And then let's figure out how long we need these strips to be. Okay. Let's see. So I'm thinking. Thinking we go 6 millimeters on this. 6 mil. So this is 6.3, so this will do nicely as a little guide. All right, so let's cut one and see how that looks first. Nah, that's too long. That's too long. All right, so we're gonna skip that. Let's shrink this down. What is this? This 5? Yeah. All right, so let's use this one instead. .4, but still, you get the drift. All right, fuck that. We're not gonna use that. All right, let's see how this one looks now. All right, so let's go just a hair longer than that. Shit. There we go. That's the one. That's the one. Okay, cool. So we got one there. 2, 3, 4 for this side. Now, I'm not going to cut that right now for the other side. I'll duplicate that at a later date. All right. So we've got our 4 little pieces here. Let's see. Andrew says, Tim, check out the post I just sent you. Okie dokie. What did Andrew just send me here? What the hell? A hot, Jesus, a hot rod gun tank. All right, let's show everybody. This is crazy. So is this one? Oh, this is one of those Tamiya cars, racers. Okay, I see it now. The little guide wheelies on the side and everything. That's actually kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Does it actually run on the treads? It looks like it. Huh. That's wild. Okay, so here, let's show the gang. So look at that. That's wild, right? So it's a gun tank made into one of the little Tamiya, you know, racers, little battery powered racers, because you can see the little guide wheels here for the tracks and all that. Yeah, and look at that. It looks like it. Will it not? There we go. Yeah, look at that. It actually runs on the treads. Huh! That's actually kind of cool, right? Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, because there's the actual wheel. Yeah, I mean, it's got to run on the treads, right? I don't see any fakeness to it. I mean, obviously those are probably rubber treads, is what I'm guessing. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the spoiler. Right? And I like the backpack as the exhaust. That's kind of cool. That's a nice touch. That's a nice touch. But yeah, I mean, look at that. It has to run on the treads. Huh. That's so cool. Yeah. Gun tank. Yeah, it's one of the little Tamiya racers. That's wild, dude. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's funny as shit. That's wild. Huh. Okay, so hang on one second. So this guy has a Twitter, of course. Oh shit. Hold up. Does he? Oh, he does wacky. Oh, he does the wacky builds. See, I'm not a big fan of wacky builds, the funny haha builds, the jokey builds. I'm just not into him. Does he do anything like any like real builds or anything? Oh shit, here you go. Here's another one. That's the only picture. But it's a new Gundam racer, right? Yeah, see, he just does kind of like wacky, haha, funny builds. That's just not my cup of tea, unfortunately. C'est la vie. But that's actually kind of cool. Not gonna lie, that's actually kind of cool. Nice, nice. All right, good deal. Anyway, so we got our 4 pieces here. We need to glue these up. So let's go back to Super Zoom. Let's see. Mike Dawson says, gotta head out later. Mikey, take care, buddy. Todd says, that's neat. The spoiler, Tim. Yeah, right? It's a sign, put one on the Shiki. No. Mecha PR's with us. Hello, he says. Howdy. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you. So, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good find, Andrew. Good find, buddy. Good find. All right. Let's stack some pieces. Yeah? So, we need 2 and 2. We're going to make some 2mm thick blocks of plastic here. We're gonna shape it. So, let's go ahead and just do it the right way here. There we go. If you're gonna do it right. Bleh. Oh crap, there's super glue on my damn tweezers. What the hell? Christ. It's all over the damn place. What the hell? Go. Good little block. Perfect. All right, put that off to the side. Yeah, I got freaking super glue all over my hands and fingers now. Great. That'll be fun. Good thing about a 1, 2, 3 block is that you can square these things up when the glue is still fairly wet and uncured and everything, and still be able to just pop it off to, you know, properly shape it. So good thing about these blocks. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get these squared up here, get these finished. So we're just gonna smooth the sides down. Looks good there. Shit, come on. Good there, excellent. Now the ends don't matter too much right now because I'm gonna shape those up in a different way, right? But the sides right now, perfect. So that's really what we're kind of chasing after here. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. Ooh, jumped out of my hands. All right, yeah. That looks really good. Okay, perfect. So now that we have our good old 2x2 millimeter blocks here, now what we're gonna end up doing, first and foremost, hang on one second, let me clean off this godforsaken super glue off of this, because this just feels like sandpaper. There we go. Perfect. All right. Good deal. Couldn't stand that feeling. It's just, and it's on my fingers and shit, and it's just, bleh, right? Just terrible. Anywho. All right. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to affix these in the corners here. Yeah. Let me see something here. Where is that half round? Is this it? That's not it. Is this it? That's not it. Where is it? Is this it? That's not it. God damn. Did I put it away? I must have. I must have put it away. All right. So, half round, 1 millimeter, perfect. Ah, there it is. Yep, I did put it away. All right. So, this is 0.5 millimeter, or 1 millimeter, I should say, in diameter. So since it's half round, it's only 1 millimeter in height, right? So now that I'm thinking about it, 2 millimeter may be too much. Yeah, 2 millimeter may be too much. So I may only go 1 millimeter at this point. Now that I really think about it. Shit. C'est la vie. We just wasted that time. Well, you know, there was only one way to find out. So, c'est la vie. All right, let's cut some more 2 millimeter. Where did it go here? That's the 1 mil. Where did the 2 millimeter go? There it is. All right. So 1, 2. Okay. Now then, let's see what that looks like here. Jeez. Yeah. It's the 1 mil. It's got to be the 1 mil. All right, cool. All right. So we'll use the 1 millimeter then. Now for this, I'm gonna go ahead and use Plastic Magic just so that we have proper time for placement. Yeah, hang on, let me peel this super glue off my finger here. God, this is annoying. Anyway, all right. That looks good. We're just going to get a little bit more around the perimeter here, just so that everything is nice and adhered to, especially around here. Press that in so we get some good squeeze out there. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's good. That is good. Okay. I like where this is going so far. I like where this is going so far. Alright, we got good squeeze out on this side. A little bit on this side, not too bad, but still we're getting a good amount there. Good amount all the way around. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, so good. So there's that so far, right? There's that so far. Now, let me take another quick... Jesus. Anyway, all right, so this is good. This is really, really good. All right, so now we have our half round, and you can kind of, where are we at there? So there, yeah, you can kind of see the profile of that. That is half of a 1 millimeter rod, you know, round rod there, and yeah, we'll go ahead. Can we fit 2? I think we can fit 2 between there. Yeah, I think we can do that. I think we can do that. So that'll think, well, or do we just do 1? Maybe right kind of centered between the 2. Yeah, I think maybe just 1. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe just 1. All right, so let's go ahead and cut a little bit. Just like that. This middle finger is not perfectly aligned, so that's unfortunate, but c'est la vie. All right, well, that's worthless now because I just fucked it up. All right, let's try this again here. Okay. All right, this looks like a good length for this gap here. will be perfect. Okay. So let's do a little cleanup in here though first. Just gonna use my 1mm chisel here first just to clean up super glue squeeze out from this piece. There we go. Here we are. All right, that looks good. That looks good. Okie dokie. So, minute little details like this take so much frickin' time. But they're worth it in the end. All right, that is good to go right there. Now, what I'm gonna do, just going to pop a little drop there we go, and that just flooded the whole thing underneath of it through capillary action. There we go. Very nice. Now straighten it out. There we go. Yeah. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, perfect. Now, we just got to take care of the other side here real quick. Let's see, we'll get caught up in the chat here in a moment. I just want to get this portion done here. Okay, that piece is nice and snug. That's looking good. All right, so same thing. Yeah. Okay. All right, there we are. Yeah. See, that looks good. I like that. I like that. Yeah. Good, good, good. All right, that's a good start. Still more to do on this. Obviously, we need to do a lot of cleanup and shaping of everything, scribing, obviously, to outline some of these things and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's I like how this is coming out. I like how this is looking so far. I really, really do. I like it a lot. I like it quite a lot. All right, and then we slap it on the piece itself. Shit, yeah. Yeah, all right, hang on. Let me put all my junk away here, you guys. Let's see, let's go back to camera 2 so you can see this a little bit better. So there's the piece attached and in position. Yeah. Yeah. That looks really good. That looks really, really good. Like, it's high detail, but it's in a subtle spot. You know what I mean? That's really good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Let's get that back off of the piece itself. Let's get caught up in the chat, yeah? Let's go back to camera 1. Let's see. Willis says, doesn't the Gundam Age have a spoiler? Andrew says it does. Tim's working with magic now. Must be getting serious. Right. Willis says, it's even worse when you're trying to glue something together, and then the glue gets on your fingers and it leaves your fingerprints on the surface of the piece. Yeah, been there, done that. Yeah, many, many times. Done that many, many times before, and then you got to go back, scrape it off, and all that crap, and it's just like, yeah. Bowie's with us. What's going on, buddy? He says, oh yeah, I have a question. Okie dokie.
We have a question.
He says, what's your favorite Gundam Universal Century song? Oh, shit. UC main songs. Probably, I mean, it's got to be a toss-up. I like the opening track to Stardust Memory, the 0083. That dun 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 dun, you know, that kind of techno, you know, synth pop type of song. But then obviously, I mean, you can't beat the OG. You know, whatever they're saying, right? I mean, it's fucking classic, and just the way that he belts it out, like, so seriously, fuck. Like, it's just like, dude went for it all and got it. But yeah, I do like the 0083, the dun, 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 you know, that little tingy, you know, synth pop song. Yeah. It's not anime. Gundam Double Zeta. Yeah. Sign of Zeta, the Zeta Gundam theme from the Japanese language version. Interesting. Bowie says, my favorite is Beyond the Time, even if it's being maybe considered overrated. Which one is that? I don't know the songs by name, unfortunately. Yeah, Will says, I like Beyond the Time as well. There's a lot of different songs that I like from Gundam franchises. Zeta's a good series. Oh, man, I haven't seen Zeta in so freaking long. Todd says, I'm waiting for Double Zeta to get an English dub. Right? Come on, Bandai. Come on, Sunrise. It's about time. And Gundam X. Yeah, I'd be interested to see Gundam X. Will says, I want all Gundam series to be dubbed into English, right? Andrew says, as long as the Double Zeta dub doesn't use anime Janai as the OP. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but sure, I'll agree with you. Todd says, true. Bill says, I dislike most English dub anime. Aw, Bill, don't be a party pooper now. I don't have time to read. Willis says, I don't like reading subtitles. See, exactly. Bill says, I don't even remember reading the subtitles. When I think back on the shows, I hear them. Julius is with us. What's going on, Mr. J? Mr. J? Bill says they speak English, but the original actor's voice. Calvin says, hello, I'm back. What's going on, Calvin? Calvin, man, good messages on the beginning of the stream. Good stuff. Willis says, it looks like that second piece that you got on is a little longer than the first. It is, because the middle finger is not centered perfectly. Zoomed in like that, yeah, it's very, very obvious. But like, if you're looking at it from a, human-sized perspective, I'm not worrying about it. I'm not going to worry about it. It's minuscule at this point. So, let's see. Bill says, welcome back, Calvin. Tim has to put all his junk in his trunk, like Fergie said, right? Calvin says, Bill, are you smiling? Bill says, oh, well, no. Let's see. Bill says, Tim, you have enough CA glue on there when it spills on your hands and it starts feeling warm. It's not even that. Like, it's just a thin film. And it's like, if you're as old as me, you remember, like, when you were a dumb little kid, like first, second grade, just slathering your hand with Elmer's glue and then letting it dry and peeling it off, and you thought that was like the coolest, sickest thing ever. That's kind of how it feels, but like in a more sticky, annoying way right now. So I'll wash my hands after this and it'll come off and it won't be a big deal. But right now it's just fucking annoying. That's really all it is. Todd says, I like the song Amaro. Okay. Calvin. Bill. Bowie says, the winner. Mine is the Unicorn opening. Great song. Oh, man. Brian says, clipped. Dude, where are these clips? I have to see them, Brian. Come on. Where are they? Where are these clips located? Are they on like my YouTube channel? Like, if so, I have not seen these. I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel. Hang on. See, I don't see anything. I don't see any clips. Damn it. These would be funny as shit. Boo. 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 Anyway. Let's see. Todd says Amaro is like a Western Japanese song. Interesting. Okay. All right. Andrew says, I've only seen the OVA for Unicorn, Bill. I have to check it out sometime. Shark's Counterattack OP is beyond time. Yeah, I just watched Shark's Counterattack the other day. Yeah. That was rough. It's not nearly as good as I remember it. That was a rough watch, Shark's Counterattack. Like, it's a very rushed movie. It should have been a short series, like a maybe a 10 episode series or something like that, and it would have been perfect. But man, it was super rushed. And it felt like everything happened over the course of like a day or two, right? Especially with like Kess. And it's just like, okay, so Kess is with Char now, and Char's being a super pedo. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and he's, obviously manipulating the kid. And it's just like, is that all it takes? Is just like a day of manipulation and she goes off and, this big fucking mobile armor and everything? Like, is that really what we're doing? But I'm sure it probably took place over the course of, I'm hoping it was like a course of weeks or months or something like that, right? But like, it was so rushed, it makes you think like it only happened over a course of a day or two. So, yeah, it was bad. I regret rewatching it. The fights were great. The rest of it, doo-doo. Julia says they need to dub all the Macross anime series as well. Yeah, I agree. Blaze says, I have returned from driving. Unlike some, I don't drive and stream watch. Oh man, that's a dig at Chris. If only he was here right now, that'd be funny. Briggsy! He says, if I want to read, I get a book or manga dubbed over, subbed. Yeah, for real. Like, and honestly, like, I'll put on anime, like, Shark's Counterattack or, Thunderbolt I was watching too. Like, I'll put it on, like, my second screen. I have 2 screens in my office upstairs, and I'll put it like on my second screen in the lower like right hand corner or something like that, and I'll do my main work on the left screen and part of the right, and that'll just be there, and I won't even really watch it too much. Like, I'll listen to it, and if it's fucking subbed, it's just like, and I'm like, what? Fucking, I don't have time for this shit. So yeah, not gonna sit there and go through that crap. Anyway, that's just me. Andrew says, Anima Janai is the name of the first OP of Double Zeta. Okay. The subtitles translated as "This is not an anime." Oh shit, that's funny. And they basically repeat Anime Janai throughout the first OP. It's annoying as hell. This is not an anime. That's actually kind of funny. Andrew says they can't dub Macross in English because of Harmony Gold, sadly. Yeah, well, fuck Harmony Gold. Terrible company. Outside of what they've already dubbed, yeah. Bowie says, oh yeah, there is third-party real grade high new Gundam upscale that has the garage kit parts. Interesting. Brian says, they're on my phone, ready to embarrass you at a moment's notice. Dude, you're not really gonna embarrass me. I will be like, that shit's funny. And Bowie says, oh yeah, what is your thoughts on bootleg third-party Gundam kits, if you don't mind? Bootlegs, I think, are trash. Like, straight bootlegs, like straight copies of kits. They're trash. Because they're never as good of quality. They're never, they never fit properly. It's just not the same, and I'm not a fan of straight bootlegs, like straight up copy for copy, right? The other stuff is a gray area. Third-party kits, especially if the kit has or the suit never has had a kit made of it, right? Then I don't have any issues with that, and it seems like Bandai doesn't either, because they have to go after a ton of people, and Bandai usually is hands off on a lot of the gray IP usage stuff. In their minds, it helps to promote Gundam, right? And it helps to promote their own sales at that point as well. So they have a tendency to look the other way in a lot of those cases. They don't necessarily approve it, but they're also not going to come after somebody as well, right? And then, but with like straight bootlegs, yeah, they've come after Debon several times in the past. Back in the day, and I'm talking like early mid 2000s, there was a bootleg company out of China. It was Debon's probably predecessor, called Bendai. Bendai, right? And they even had the same looking logo as Bandai and everything, just with the E. And Bandai went after them, and obviously they are no more. But yeah, Bendai back in the day was like the first straight up bootlegs, and those were trash. So yeah, like for third party kits, like I don't have any issues with them. I think they're kind of cool. In fact, I have, where is it? Yeah, right there. That's the Tiefstürmer. No, that's the Zero Store. That's not the Tiefstürmer. That's the Zero Store. That's the 1/100 Mechanicore Kasi Zai Gundam. So that's a big motherfucker. That's a big boy. I don't know if I'll ever get around to building that. I may end up selling it or something. But yeah, like I said, I have third-party kits. Hell yeah. Balachka's Children is a better story compared to CCA in my opinion. I've never seen it, but I've always heard good things, right? Brian says, remember, Char gets things done at 3x speed. That's true, right? Manipulating at 3 times the speed. Blaze says, I don't mind subbed since I'm trying to learn Japanese anyway. Fair. Yeah, that's totally fair. That helps, right? Todd says, I'm waiting on Hathaway 2 to come out. For real, right? Come on. Hurry it up. Sunrise. Andrew says, when is it supposed to come out? He says some out. Like what? When is it supposed to come out? Oh, who knows? I don't know. Bill says, have you all watched the show Aldnoah Zero? Love the second ending song called Alize. I've never watched Aldnoah Zero, but I do enjoy the mechanical designs in those. Yeah. Blaze says, Bill and Aldnoah was fantastic show. Todd says, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the sorcery of Nymph Cersei. Yeah, better than a lot of recent Gundam shows, right? Came out on May 15th, waiting for the video on demand. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, so I can bootleg it. Ha 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 ha. Bowie says Mechanicore is perfect for you since it's very elite level of building. Kinda. Like, my thing is that it's a little... Mechanicore was always a little over-detailed, in my opinion. I got it because of what it was. You know, it was a 1/100 scale, or 1/100 scale Kasi or Zai, or however you pronounce it. And I just thought it was a big, beautiful hunk of kit. You know what I mean? But, I don't know. I don't know if I'm... Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to build it or not. Oh, I don't know. Kelvin, question.
We have a question.
He says on eBay, is a Just a Cannon worth around $70 to $80? That's not bad. I would say that's not bad. I mean, you got to figure the original, the OG mass-produced Just a Kit sells for like 40-ish retail. So 70 to 80 for the P Bandai with a little bit, you know, more parts in it and everything. 70, 80, I'd say I'd probably do that. Yeah. That's not, I wouldn't say that's terrible, in my opinion. Yeah. Let's see. Almanacs, Mr. Pete. What's going on, Petey? He says, hi, Timmy. I am only the 0.6 and 1.5 away from having the complete set of BMC Tagane that you listed. Thanks for the recommendation. You're welcome, buddy. Dude, that's awesome. A whole fucking set? I wish. The new ones? No, the OG square. Oh. Damn. Pete, congratulations, buddy. Like, holy crap, man. See, I would love to get my hands on a few of the other ones. I don't have the full set. I think I'm missing 0.4. Yeah, the 0.4 would be a definite that I would love to get my hands on. Because I find sometimes that I need just a little over a 0.3, just a little hair, right? And I just, you know, it would be good. It would be good. But, you know, that's where the, you know, the Kaizo comes in. I think they kind of fill the void a little bit. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. 2 away from a full set. Holy shit. That's money. That's money. Bill says, loved the 1/100 Kshatriya that Mechanicore put out under their old name. It was like a woman's name or something. Oh man, Ellen. It was the Ellen Kshatriya. Yeah, Elyn. I think is how it was pronounced or spelled. Ellen. Yeah. Bowie says, speaking of Gundam shows, I wish Gundam Sentinel got an anime adaptation, but then again, Sunrise doesn't own the rights. Yeah, right? Gundam Sentinel... Excuse me, Gundam Sentinel would be freaking dope if that got a series. And Titan's Test Team, I'll be honest with you, that would be awesome as well to see animated. Hopefully Bandai, Sunrise, and Dengeki Hobby can maybe put that together for us, because that would be insane. Seeing the iterations of the Hazel and the test suits and everything come to life in animation. Oh, can you guys imagine that? Seeing Hazel streak across the screen, or a Kahar, or one of the gigantic arm deals, man, or the Fiver. Fuck, that would be awesome. That would be awesome, dude. I would love to see that. The Sentinel designs are great too, don't get me wrong. The S, XS, the Faz, the different Nemos and GMs and things like that, the Zeta Plus, obviously. All of those would be super, super cool to see too. Phil says, wow, you have found them at a decent price. Yeah, right? Pete, how much, like, I know Pete's in Japan, but damn, dude. Blaze says, please do share the knowledge of where you found those BMCs. Right? For real. Bill says, I have no idea if mine are in some box buried somewhere. I know I had like 8 to 10 of them back when they were like $15 a piece. Oh, the good old days, right? Man. Bowie says I should wear my white pants when I saw the XS and Hazel. Jesus, right? Holy crap, man. Yeah, see, just like getting in deep to the insignias for Titan's Test Team has given me a really big fondness, bigger than it was, for the Titan's Test Team, that whole thing. And especially with the mobile suit designs and everything, man, I would love to see those animated. Those would be freaking cool. Really, really freaking cool. Let's see. Pete says, yeah, buying them from the original manufacturer in Japan at approximately $14 a piece. Wow. Have to be on the hunt and buy when available, as they apparently run small batches of various sizes. Yeah, I had heard that. Bill says, oh, some from the latest on the live-action movie. Sounds like it will be wholly original story and based in the UC universe. Okay. Sounds like something with similar feel to 8th MS Team. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, what's the dude? Oh man, what's the guy? The main actor. What was his name? Something Santino or something like that. Let me see something here, because like I want to ponder something, right? Yeah, Noah Centino. Huh. Okay. So, here, let's... So this guy right here, Noah Centino, right? He's the main, male actor, right? Obviously, Sydney Sweeney, is the big name, but this is the guy you know, the main, I guess, co-star headliner, right? And what was he in? He was in. All right, so he was in the movie Warfare, good movie. He was in The Recruit. He was in Black Adam as Atom Smasher. Oh, that's right. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Huh. So I wonder what would be cool, right? And I'm just brainstorming here. I'm just throwing out ideas. What would be really cool is that, hang on. What if they did like a live action? What if they did like one of the like Ace Pilots, right? Like Lido Wolf or somebody like that, or Jenith Tung or something, right? That would be cool as shit. I'm not gonna lie. I would be over the moon for something like that. Absolutely over the moon. Huh. And something to ponder, right? It's probably not going to happen, but something to ponder. Anyway, Bowie says Advance of Zeta is also great OVA too. Yeah, I would love to see that. Love to see that. From the rumor, she is supposed to be the captain. Wow. Brian. Crass motherfucker, Captain Bongos. Get out of here. He was in Black Adam. Yeah, he's Atom Smasher. Yeah. One of the few bright points in that movie. That movie was just not great. Pierce Brosnan was brilliant in Black Adam. Aside from that movie was doo-doo. Bill says, I wouldn't mind it, but they are supposedly all original characters, but in the same universe. Okay. That's actually kind of cool. I don't mind that. You know what I mean? Because like that's like a side story. You know what I mean? It's an easy ramp in, number one, to test the waters to see if the live action Gundam franchise has legs, right? So that's pretty cool. Number two, it's an easy ramp in for casuals, you know, that aren't necessarily familiar, you know, with the deep lore like us nerds are. And yeah, I think that would be cool. Set it just as a, you know, as like a side story, similar, like Bill said, to, you know, 8MS Team. I mean, you know, none of us were familiar with, you know, the ground forces or any of those stories or anything like that before 8MS Team. Am I right? So yeah, I think that would introduce, you know, kind of just another tangent. I think that's a smart path. Now that I think about it, honestly, yeah, I think that's a smart path. Pete says, "Can I post a link in the chat?" Oh, unfortunately, no. Pete, post it in the community or send it to me or something like that, and I can post it. But yeah, it's only like mods and me. Shin Matsunaga, that would be cool. I would watch some Shin, but kid's too young for that, for Shin. Shin's a little older. Bill says, if you tell me, I will post it. If you try, we might see it and can repost it. Maybe? Yeah. And then Bowie says, it's been a long time since they've done a live action of the UC, since G Savior. Jeez. G Savior. Haven't thought about that one in a long time. My God, man. G Savior. Don't get me wrong. G Savior, like the design of the G Savior itself, actually really good. It's actually a really good mechanical design. I kind of like how that mech looked. Everything else, doo-doo. Brian says, whoever did the directing on Ready Player One should do it. fair. Yeah. Yeah. Ready Player One was so good. I wish they would make a Ready Player Two. If you guys have never either read the books, listened to the audiobooks, or whatever, Ready Player Two is actually pretty dang good. Let's see. Yeah, Pete, it didn't come through, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. YouTube ate it up. YouTube ate it up. Is there a way to allow links or something like that? Let me see. Let me see. Hang on. Hang on, kids. Hang on here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if there's a place to allow links. Doesn't really look like there is. Dookie. There's one section here that says like link, it's called link text, and has a checkbox, hold comments with hashtags and URLs for review. It says comments and viewer posts with hashtags and URLs will be held. The setting does not apply to you, moderators, or approved users. URLs and hashtags are already blocked in live chat messages. Yeah, see, that's shitty. Let's see. There. All right, Pete. I just made you a low-level mod. Post it. Post it. Send it. Full send. Let's go. Anyway, let's get caught up here. Yeah. Todd says I hated G Savior. It was doo-doo. G Savior design is so F91. It really kind of is. It really kind of is. I like the legs and the feet of the G Savior. They're very well designed. Very well designed. I don't like the back skirt because it's just one big fucking thruster. Everything else, pretty good. Pretty good mechanical design. Bill says, okay, to be fair, if G-Savior was not part of Gundam, it would be a great B mecha movie. It isn't bad until you expect it to be Gundam. Maybe. It's still pretty bad. It's so bad it's good, right? Willis says, I have the movie of G-Savior on DVD in my movie library. Holy crap. Let's see, Bowie says, does Ready Player 2 have Ultraman? Since it will be perfect to make the sequel for Ready Player 1 with Ultraman in it after Suburaya's legal stuff is over and they won. Oh man, I don't know. I don't remember. Ready Player 2 was much darker than Ready Player 1. Much darker. So it would be cool. It would be cool. Let's see. Willis says the only actor that I was familiar with is Blue Makuma. Not familiar, unfortunately. He voiced Tigertron on Transformers Beast Wars. Yeah. Ah, there we go. All right, so yeah. Pete says site where I bought the BMCs. Yeah, Sujibori-do main site. Yeah. Yep. Man, oh man. World shopping. Look at that. Look at that. And you can translate it to English. Booyah. They got the .9. I have the 0.7. Do they have a 0.4? They do. Oh, man. I wish. I have the 1.2. I have the 1.5. They have a 4.0 chisel? What? What is this madness? Oh my god. Look at that beast. 3,300 yen. Holy shit, man. Oh my god. That's when you need some serious plastic removal, right? God. Damn. Anyway, good stuff. Good link, Pete. Good link there, buddy. Good link. He says, but be aware, sirens in Japanese site. Darn autocorrect. Kind of like watching Robot Jocks. If it had a Gundam in the title, it would be hated so much more. Maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, you definitely have a point, Bill. You definitely have a point, right? Let's see. Brian says if they ever actually try to make a good Gundam movie, they should start off with Char's backstory from the origin as the first movie, and then a two-part movie ending based off the original show. Yeah. I actually watched Origin, the entire six movies? Yeah, the entire 6-movie series the other night when I was pulling my all-nighter. That was really good. That was really good. Well done. It was well done. Bill says, are you saying this upcoming movie is not supposed to be good? Right? Will says, Blue Makuma also played the Sergeant on the 1990s live-action RoboCop TV series. They made a live-action RoboCop series? Holy shit. I remember the animated Saturday morning cartoon RoboCop series, which was just tone deaf, but I don't remember a live-action series. That's crazy. Bowie says, really sad that Ultraman cannot cameo to fight Mecha Godzilla in the movie due to licenses and legal battles. Yeah. So that type of shit that always ruins it for everybody, right? Brian says, make them love the anti-hero until it all ends. There you go. Bill says, I would love a live-action Gundam show, especially if it is not all about the mechs. Yeah. Yeah. That would be kind of interesting, right? Kind of the goings-ons, like, almost like, what was the, what was the Star Wars series? It was so good. Shit, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Damn it. Al something. Somebody help me here. Fuck. It had the it was the prequel to Rogue One. Shit, somebody help me. Somebody help me. Oh, this is killing me. This is killing me. Oh, come on. Somebody help me. Fuck. Oh, damn it. Solo. No, it wasn't Solo. Come on, Todd. You're killing me, buddy. It had Diego Luna in it. Andor. Andor. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Bill. Thank you, Todd. Andor, yeah. If we had an Andor-like Gundam series with, like, the intrigue and everything, and, like, you know, like, the internal workings of, like, the military and all that in a Gundam setting, that would be cool as shit. I would totally be down for that, right? That would be cool as hell. you know, seeing the inner workings and the kind of behind the scenes of like, you know, the Zeonic military and everything, that would be super cool. That would be super cool. So, yeah, I think that would be awesome. I think that would be awesome. Gundam Zaku popcorn buckets is all I ever need. Jesus. Bowie, here is Bowie says, I wish there is a horror OVA about what Zeon saw when they fought the Gundam. Oh, right. Well, there's that one that Netflix did, the shitty computer-generated one that came out. I think it was a year or so ago. And the animation was just terrible. It was just bad. It was really bad. Oh, Andrew got it first. Andor, there you go. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that, buddy. Not Acolyte. You were close, Bill. Andor. Yeah. It was right there on the tip of my tongue, and I wanted to say like Alderaan, but I know that's not the thing. I know that's a planet where what's her face was like Princess Leia. Alderaan, yeah, is from, but it was right there, and I just couldn't squeeze it out. Willis says he also voiced the Sergeant of RoboCop Alpha Commando animated series, a 1990 series. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember a live action one, man. That's crazy. And then Bill and Todd both said Andor, yeah. Let's see, Andor it is. Bingo. Brian says, unless Sayla is played by Sydney Sweeney, I don't want it. Bill says, all the drama and backstabbing in the Zabi family. Hell yeah. Right? Dude. Dozel. Dozel is so my boy. Just you big dumb ape. You big dumb lovable ape.
Defeat them.
Like, I did it to myself. But Dozel, yeah. You big dummy. Love that big clod, man. Bowie says Requiem of Vengeance is mid. I've not seen that. That's the one. That's the Netflix one. Sorry, I forgot the name of it. But that's the Netflix one that came out. Bill says, Brian, I guess you missed where I said earlier how it is supposed to be all original story, but in the UC universe. Yeah. Bowie says, I wanted a full-on psychological horror of Zeon soldiers fighting in fright, and hallucinating Gundam is a literal white demon with human eyes from that one manga. Oh, dude, right? Bill says, Blue Makuma was also in the Disney movie Halloween Town. He played a ghost character. Jeez. Deep cuts here, kids. Deep cuts. All right. Good stuff. All right, kiddos. It's 2:18. It's time to punch the clock. Let's get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow night and finish out the week. And hopefully by then, the store will be up and live. So if you've not signed up for notifications yet, make sure you do so. It's in both chats. Go click on it, put your email in, and then when the store is launched, you will get an email saying that the store is launched, and you'll also get a nice big old discount code off your first purchase as well. Worldwide shipping, so don't have to worry about that. So that's always good stuff. And then also too, make sure you go and buy some. Because those are always good as well. But yeah, with that being said, you guys, I will check on you guys tomorrow. I'll be here. And, maybe what we can do is a little bit of this tomorrow night. If you missed it, oh my God, watch last night's stream. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's so good. But anyway, you guys, have a good rest of your day. Be safe out there. And most importantly, build something cool. Stay tuned for the end credits. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.